Welcome back to the GallowgateShots YouTube channel, or should I say Bem-vindo a GallowgateShots. I don't speak Portuguese, neither does Steve Bruce apparently, but we got there in the end and we did it well as well, winning at home with Mr. Ashley watching in the stands. All we needed there was Kevin Keegan sitting next to him, and it would have been a right old FA Cup January party or something along those lines. These are the player ratings for Newcastle's 4-1 win against a spirited Rochdale side who brought a cracking amount of support, fair play to them, but we reached the fourth round of the FA Cup, and my name's Emil, by the way. You can follow me on whatever you like, just not the bus. In goal, Caldalo for a much needed rest for Dubravka. He was in, but the whole game pretty much went unchallenged bar a few weak efforts. The consolation was a scramble, but largely went the whole game where he just wasn't involved really for Darlow, so he gets a 7 just for standing there and having a nice song sung about him. Emil Kraft next, probably the only player I was a little bit worried about, because there was a few moments where the balls were a bit loose, dodgy passes. Otherwise though, sound, and he is just a squad player, this guy, so get him a few minutes on the pitch at least. Kraft gets 6. Lejeune had a positive game, much better you would say from him. I know it's against a weaker opposition, but still he looked more comfortable on the ball, set of some good play from the back, and looking very good alongside Jamal Lascelles, who we'll get to in a second. Lejeune gets 8. Lascelles was back from an injury for a good run out for our captain. Seemed okay, and I think his presence will hopefully inspire a bit of the team. I'd like to think so anyway. I know we say Lascelles is a bit of a weaker centre-back, but if you look at some of the performances of them recently, he might be what we need. He looked solid. He was charging down anything Rochdale attacked with. 7 for Lascelles. Ritchie had a terrific performance, another one back from injury. I know he didn't look quite up to it in the first leg of this one, but the replay throttled them down the line. 2 great balls in, led to the first 2 goals, and it's the Ritchie we all know and love. Long may it continue. 9 for Ritchie. Hayden next, who dealt with everything pretty much. Shifted and moved as the game went on and subs were made. Confident display as well that we needed to kill them off. And Hayden's the type of guy who can just control things in the middle for you. And like I say, he moved to the back and dealt with everything there as well. Hayden gets 8. Sean Longstaff was in the middle with his brother. And there was a few moments where the ball just slipped away from him. A few frustrating moments that we see from Sean at the minute. Shooting practice for the rest of the game where he was trying all sorts of efforts. One of them was really, really close, but you know what? He'll hopefully get a bit closer in the Premier League. Sean Longstaff gets 6. Matty Longstaff, great display. Creative, nippy passes. That turn in the box to get the ball down and shoot away. It was just perfect, really, wasn't it? Matty showing his brother up on this occasion. Everyone to the Wacky Warehouse for a few drinks afterwards. 9 for Matty. Almiron, excellent from the outset, firing them off from pretty much everywhere he could find in that box, and we're seeing this more and more now as the confidence grows. Another cool taken goal, despite it being on the plate from Rochdale's keeper, and a Shearer celebration as well. 10 all round for Almiron. I thought he was excellent tonight, or whenever you're watching it last night, or if you're watching this in like 2021 for some strange reason because you love the channel that much, then last year. Atsu had another good game against lesser opposition, but it has to be an improvement on the way he was against Wolves. Really good pace going forward, a nice little breakaways, but sometimes just got chased down a little bit too quickly. Couple of nervy mistakes from Atsu where he lost the ball when Rochdale were really trying to press back and could have caused some damage. Thankfully they didn't. 7 for Atsu. On to the man of the moment. Joelinton. Most part of the game, however, was a bit of a continuation of the frustration. The crowd were getting a little bit about it. And, you know, I think we all know now that, unfortunately, he's not a proven goal scorer. However, is this the start of something beautiful? Eventually, he was in the right place at the right time, slotted home. Let's see what happens. 7 for Joelinton, because I think that apart from the goal, probably would have been a 2 or a 3. Mentions for the subs, we were able to make all 3. Lascelles did 57 minutes. He was replaced by young Thomas Allen, making his debut and showing some real flair. Yeah, okay, he's young. He's going to make a few mistakes and probably on the same level as Rochdale, but looking at that pace, that brilliant pace to power down the wing, get the ball to Joelinton for his goal, we'll give him an 8. Nice to see him on there. Geordie lad on the pitch. Almiron had a good 62 minutes as well, replaced by Andy Carroll, who arguably pushed Joelinton into the game. It almost looked like Joelinton just fell into place after that and maybe give him a kick up the arse, but decent on the ball. Carroll took the time. He found Allen on that wing that I've just mentioned there. Carroll nearly scored as well. but we now need Carroll to score. What the hell's going on with Andy Carroll? Useless. Waste of money. Joking. 7 for Carroll. Richie made way for Shelby on 69 minutes. Shelby, he tried some of his Hollywood passes and it was a bit of a run out for him to get back from injury as well. Had an attempt where it just slipped past the post, but yeah, Shelby, similar to Hayden, type of player you need just to hurry the game on and make sure that we came out of it pretty well. 7 for Shelby. We've got a real chance to get the next round as well against Oxford United, but knowing Newcastle, we might cock it up. So let's see what happens against Chelsea. It could be a positive bounce at the right time. Away the lads as ever. And just as a side note, make sure you wear your red and blue on Saturday, because if you go into the match, that's a good way to protest as well.